are a mom of two.
Yeah.
And I was a mom at 48. You were in your 30s.
I was 40.
40. You were 40
yeah.
when you adopted your first
My
child.
first kid.
You know, you were at the top of your game, and you make this monumental decision to become a mother, not once, but twice. What was that like for you? Because I remember reading tweets where people say, you're 48, you're so selfish, you're gonna have a baby, you'll be 133. And I'm like, that math doesn't add up.
Yeah, and also, first of all, people are living so friggin' long these days that you'll be,
Edie, I'm
be fine.
Methuselah. I recognize I'm an old mom.
No,
I get
please,
it.
no, I am too. I've had people say, oh, is that your grandson? That went over really well, let me tell you.
Okay, when they say that, what do you say?
I don't have to answer everybody.
But that's a good...
I just walked away like...
That's true.
But,
What
it was just time. It was time.
It was time. Was there this moment, I don't like to repeat it too often, but we know Oprah calls them the aha moments. Was there a moment lying in bed where you thought, my journey is complete if I do this?
It wasn't as big a thought as that. I knew the idea of children had been swirling around me for the past number of years, back in my mid to late 30s. And I am a cancer survivor, which I've talked about. And once I think I realized that I was not going to die from this thing, and I kind of was given a clean bill of health, it was that like, ding, like it's time. It's time now to become a mom. Like this is, you don't just wait until it feels like, okay, you know, I'm ready, but you're never ready. You're never really ready. But I just knew that it was time to start my family.
You mentioned your cancer. You've been cancer-free 16 years?
Yeah, that's right, something like that.
I know you have said that you're conflicted about fame. As I pointed out, I've seen you just walk around New York and kind of blend in. Part of your cancer story was that someone had leaked it out.
Yeah.
And I wondered when I read that, A, how do you feel? I mean, do you feel like a victim? Do you feel robbed of your story? And then how do you take your power back? Because that's your health story. That's your personal story.
People go through stuff like this in their own way. And some people, the second they're diagnosed, they want to come out and they want to tell people and help people, have people come on that journey with them. That's not me. I'm a very private person. I needed to go through this privately. My very close family and friends, and everyone else, I was doing Sopranos at the time, everyone else didn't know about it, and that helped me. Somebody found out, contacted my agents and said, well, we're going to print this, so you either tell us details or we're just going to tell you what we think we know, whatever. So they printed it in the paper, and all of a sudden I had people on the street coming up to me, which does not, it's beautiful for some people. It made it much harder for me. Wow. What happened is I ran into the woman who printed the story many years later.
I'm leaning in now.
Yeah, I was at a dinner party, and I turned and I saw her name on a name thing. She wasn't sitting there yet, and all I knew was, I have to do this. I can't believe I have to do this. So I walked up to her, I was shaking, and she was at a table full of people, and I said everything I needed to say. I was like, especially a woman, I don't know, I needed to go through this my own way, but she needed to be the first one to print the story, and I thought, you don't do that. You don't do that.
You took your power back.
I did, and I
love it. I love it. We did our research. First of all, there's not been a real life police chief in LA who's a woman.
No.
There are only 12 female police chiefs in the United States.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
I know, it is crazy. And I didn't know that until I myself found out as we were shooting the show. It just seems preposterous to me, as does many statistics along those lines, that it doesn't make any sense. But as far along as we have come as a culture, we still have way, way long to go. So,
well, especially as we celebrate, International Day of the Woman, here's this character, this fictionalized character that in 2020 does not exist in a big city.
I have this bizarre theory that sometimes we've become such a media-saturated culture that maybe people need to see it on TV before they can imagine it in the real world.
Absolutely. Listen, I wouldn't have known I could be a newswoman if I hadn't seen Iola Johnson, the first Black woman who anchored the news in Texas. I didn't know I could do it until I saw it.
I mean, there's got to be the very first one that will be on TV, but after that, you're leading a charge, Yes.
Okay, so is it true that you've not watched The Sopranos?
I've watched occasional things here and there, but I certainly haven't seen all of them, not by a long shot.